And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, back for another Saturday morning on the Soundgarden stage on the Drummers platform right here at Coach's Corner. That's right. The Karl DeMasi Sports Report is all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. If you don't know what that is, there's 5 shows that run on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We have the OG or the OGS, the Old Guy Show, the one that's been on the longest, every Wednesday night from 6 to 7 o'clock or whatever, with Brandon Bain, the Atlanta Maine, and the NASCAR show, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. They rub about car racing and they grub it about food. Brandon Bain gets fed every Wednesday night. Then, of course, I'm here on Saturday mornings from 9 to whenever, hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. Sometimes I make the producer, Lawrence Bennett, of all the shows excited when I get to 2 hours, okay? And then the third show, once a year, April, the Masters, the Herb Brothers, Sean and Brett Herb, doing the 19th hole. Great show, 5 straight days. If you want to check it out, it's on YouTube from last year. That's all I do, once a year. You got to check it out. And then 2 podcasts. The Hot Crits podcast with Travis Jaudon, the young pup working out for Connect Savannah, and, of course, helps me out with the Prep Sports Report. And, of course, the Hot Grits podcast. And also the Who's on First Base baseball coach with the coach, Karl DeMasi, and the baseball fanatic Kyle Lawson. We'll be back in probably February when spring training opens up to kick off the show and talk about it. Once again, got a great show every Saturday morning. I play 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. First quarter, of course, is right now. Introduction, what's going on, local news, local sports, high school basketball scores, high school news. Okay, that's first quarter. Second quarter, first guest, Travis Jaudon. He's got to get on here quick, so I got to wrap this up by about 9:10 so he can get on here because he's got to work at 9:30. Travis Jaudon will come on and talk about high school basketball. He's been covering it, the boys' side, very intensely. Then the third quarter is the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This kid has a phenomenal season, phenomenal last year. Right around the corner at South Sea Johnson High School, senior Antonio Baker. Okay, you gotta tune into this kid because it's gonna be really special. This kid's one of the best basketball players in the area, which Travis will talk about. Then, of course, quarter number 4, another guest comes on, the Road Warriors. Okay, we call them the Road Warrior Rebels. Okay, that's, of course, Groves High School. Hasn't had a gym for 3 years. Kevin Evans, former Groves player himself, class of 2011. He's the head coach now. He's coming on. It's pre-recorded because they're on their way to a game today. So we'll see what Kevin Evans has to talk about the Groves Rebels and being on the road every single day. It's like Memorial Day school in football. They play once or twice a year at home. And then the 5th quarter, that's right, we have overtime. The overtime corner is Karl's Corner. That's where I give you editorial about something special I feel that's going on in local sports, national sports. And then 3 steps out the door with videos that I've found on social media, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, Facebook. We'll get to that. Okay, so let's go. Quarter number 1, 3 steps in the door, high school sports. Last night we had a bunch of basketball games going on. We got a bunch of basketball teams ranked by the man himself, Kyle Sandy for Sandy Spales. Boys rankings, okay, Beach is number 2. Johnson was number 3, and Calvary's number 6. Beach and Calvary went at it last night, okay? Boys Class A, that's Boys 3A. Boys Class AA, Windsor Forest is number 9. In Boys Class A D1, Savannah High is number 7. But they have not beat Woodville Tompkins, who's in the same region. Woodville Tompkins beat the old OG. Tim Jordan last night. We'll get to that. Travis Jaudon was at that game. On girls' side, there's only one team ranked, and that's Woodville Tompkins, okay? In the Georgia Independent Athletic Association on Max Preps, St. Andrews is ranked number 1 in that whole organization. Pretty impressive. Mel Abrams out there on the marsh, Wilmington Island Marsh, and the St. Andrews Lions. They're 15-1. Memorial Day School, Dale Mock, Georgia basketball player, played for the great U Durham. Okay, they're ranked 11th out of all the teams in GIAA at 11-3. All right, high school basketball scores from last night. Ladies first, okay? All right. I'm going to give you a little help here. All right, let me go to my banners. Every single score from last night is going to be right there on the ticker, the whole show. And we got 2 comments. That's right. You want to make a comment, put it in the comment box, and I'll put it up on the screen if it's appropriate. And, of course, the man himself, the Atlanta man, Wednesday nights with Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Brandon Bain checking in. Love you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. And this man's an avid listener, an avid watcher. And that's, of course, Mr. Dennis Kessler. Good morning, Coach. You're in the house. Sorry, buddy. I'm going with the G-men today, not the Eagles. Okay. And of course, Calvary had a great week. Coaches visiting. Big basketball game last night. They took the number 2 team in the state to overtime. So, Dennis, you have a wonderful day. And as always, go Cavs. All right. So tune in. Give me a comment, and we'll put it up here. Okay. All right. Let me go to my comments page. Take this off. All right. High school basketball scores. I'll make this quick, and that's all I'm going to do because I got to jump out of here because Travis Jaudon is going to come on next. Then there's usually 3 steps in the door: high school, college, and pro. I'll come back with the college and pro after I get done with Travis Jaudon and my guests. So, yes, at the top of the hour, 10 o'clock, I'll come back with, I guess you would say, quarter number 1 and give you that information. But right now, basketball scores from last night. Girls side, Bryan County 64, Meta 50, Woodville 54, Savannah High 35. These are the girls' scores now, okay? In AA, Windsor Forest was at Tattnall County, didn't get a score. Not up on Max Preps. That's where I get all my scores. Johnson St. Vincent's, no score. Liberty County at Savannah Country Day, no score. All right, Long County beat Grove 65-7. Calvary beat Beach 68-44. Hanna-Kell all over the place. Burke County beat Islands. Yeah, they beat me 53-48. I'm the coach at Islands. All right, Ware County beats Jenkins 66-13. South Effingham, the Battle of the Ham, beats Effingham 60-20 in girls basketball. And Lowndes takes care of Richmond Hill 72-42 in Georgia High School State Association. In GIAA, Pinewood Christian beats St. Andrews 30-28. Robert Toombs Academy beats Memorial Day School 59-18. Boys side, okay, Bryan County 61, Meta 45. Big game at Woodville Tompkins, the battle for that region. Let's see, that's region class. Oh, sorry, it's Georgia High School Class A, D1, Division 1, Region 3. Woodville Tompkins beat Savannah High 71-48. That's twice that the Wolverines have beat the Blue Jackets. In GHSA AA, Windsor Forest 87, Tattnall County 85. That's a barn burn out there for, and they were on the road for Aaron Clark and his Knights. In AAA, Liberty County beat Savannah Country Day 42-29. Gross. The Road Warriors beat Long County 64-56. They played this game at Beach. Beach beats Calvary in overtime at Calvary 63-56. In 4A, Burke County beats Island 74-43. New Hampstead beats the number 1 team, Benedictine, 68-65 at New Hampstead. That must have been a barn burner. All right, Jenkins 52, Ware County 43, Effingham County, South Effingham County. The Battle of the Hams, Effingham 75-46. Lowndes beats Richmond Hill 55-38. And GHSA non-region, Savannah Classical is trying to put together a basketball program, or they have a basketball program. They're just playing a little at a time. McIntosh County Academy 70, Savannah Classical 27. GIAA, let's go 16-1 now. Savannah St. Andrews 82, Pinewood Christian 20. Memorial Day School improves again, beats Robert Toombs Academy 53-45, and the Habersham School all over Trinity Christian 64-30. All right, so I got to get out of here right now. I'm hoping my man Travis jumps on, but I got a couple more comments. The man himself, the producer in the back wings, Lawrence Bennett. Love you, Lawrence. Thanks for tuning in every Saturday morning. Let me know what I'm messing up with. And of course, my man Brandon Bain loves the hoodie. Number 1 team in the college. Brandon, do you think they can make it to three-peat? A lot of talk about that on the internets. So we'll talk about that later on. So once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Network. Coming up next, the young pup, Travis Jaudon from Hot Grids Podcast, one of the shows. Connect Savannah, Prep Sports Report. He'll be back up in 3 minutes talking local high school basketball. Be right back. Got to thank those sponsors. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember. at coaches. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here on the Drummond stage, on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner, where it's all food, all music, all sports. Well, let's start with all sports, all food. Well, whichever way you're going to go. All music since 1991. And I'm on the Soundgarden stage. I guess they're getting ready to get the band start playing back here in Coach's Corner. Don't forget, today, 4:30. Chiefs, Jaguars, 8:15. The G-Men, the Giants against Eagles, right here. Over 100 TVs right behind me. 975-inch TVs on the Soundgarden stage. They'll have the football players games going. Well, let's go. Quarter number 2. High school basketball's in full swing, and this man follows high school basketball intently. He knows his stuff. He's come out with a couple of articles for the Prep Sports Report. Players at midseason point that can win the Player of the Year, the top teams that he's watching. Then, of course, he has his top 6 teams on his Twitter page, so check it out. But joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the man himself, Travis Jaudon. Travis, been doing it since 2016. All honorable mention, all-region basketball player at Country Day. So he's got his hands in local sports. Now full-time reporter, sports reporter. I guess you call him sports editor for Connect Savannah. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
What's up, man? I was waiting for you to get to the honorable mention part. You buried the lead there.
Well, I forgot about that. OG getting old. Hey,
right.
We got someone else tuning in up there in Atlanta, Georgia. Used to be the coach at AD, Chad Griffin, checking in. Love you, brother. Miss you, and hope everything's going all right. So once again, they're watching from all over the place. So all right, high school basketball. You went out and covered Woodville and Savannah High. Both teams for the region first place seeding. Woodville High's beat Savannah High twice this year, and Woodville's not ranked, Kyle Sandy. And they've beaten Savannah High twice, who's ranked 7th. Rankings for the fan, you know that. A couple of weeks ago, I had Sandy on. He said, you can throw those out the window once the playoff starts. So give us your breakdown, and it's going to be on the Prep Sports Report later on. I got to get it. We both passed out last night, him with his long hours, me with my long hours. So I didn't get it up. But tell me, you got that game. What was the atmosphere like over there at the new Woodville Tompkins gym?
Well, I mean, it was exciting walking into the place, you could feel, it felt like an old school Savannah, region game, which it was. It was a battle of a first place team versus a second place team. But Karl, after Savannah High got off to a 10-4 start in the first quarter, Woodville outscored them 29-9 after that to close out the first half. And to be honest, it felt a little like the energy out of the gym the energy came out of the gym a little bit, because I think everyone knew at halftime, even with Savannah High only down by 13 points heading into the fourth quarter, I think most people in the gym realized it was over. Woodville is starting to roll now. They've won 5 in a row. And Savannah High, I think, will still be good, but this is twice now that they've been blown out by Woodville. And so if there's a formula to beat Savannah High, I would check in with Coach Lenny Williams at Woodville if you're playing Savannah High.
Well, come on. You got your top 6 teams. I mean, Kyle Sandy has his rankings. Woodville,
you want my new top 6?
God, what's your new top 6?
I got it right here. And I wouldn't do this for anyone, Karl. I'm going to do this for you. I haven't tweeted it yet.
Hey, buddy,
right here.
It's the Coach's Corner Sports Network, buddy. You're part of it. So break the news right here.
Okay, we're going to go Beach stays at number 1. Johnson, number 2. And I think those two teams, and people disagree with me, but I think those two teams are the first tier, Beach and Johnson, in whatever order you want. But I have Beach 1, Johnson 2. Calvary, I want to put 3. I'm going to put Calvary at 3 because they have a top 3 win against a Johnson team. And then they took Beach last night into overtime, which I know it's a loss, but you come away feeling like Calvary knows it can swing, with the big hitters in that region. Now, this is where it gets tough for me. I have Windsor Forest, St. Andrews, and Woodville 4, 5, 6. And I don't know what order to put them in. I wish they would have played each other. It would be easier to do that. But I'm going to go Windsor Forest 4. They've won 7 in a row. Undefeated in region play. They haven't lost a game in 2023. And they haven't lost a game to a Georgia team since December 15th against number 2 ranked Beach. I'm going to go St. Andrews 5. St. Andrews, 5th best team in Savannah. You can clip this up and share it with everyone. St. Andrews, they're 16-1. And Zaire Edwards obviously is their guy that does it all. But Will Thompson and then younger brother Zayden Edwards have come on of late. You can compare the schedules all you want, but when you're 16-1 and then the formula sort of shows that St. Andrews' schedule is on par with other GHSA schools. So I'll put them at number 5 and then Woodville number 6.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. Hold it. I just messed up here. Where did I go? There we go. I got to be honest with you. Okay. Teams that play, and people, you can get mad at me too. Maybe I'm stirring the pot. Teams that play in Giza or GIAA now, teams that play in GAPS, the Georgia Athletic Parochial Private School, get no respect. No respect. I coached against this St. Andrews team the last 2 years. This year I haven't because I've gone over to the girls. What Mel Abrams has over there is something special. They lack height, and that's where they picked up their first loss. It was a 43-40 loss to the Gibbs School from Florida. I think it's the St. Peter's Paul's from Gibbs or something like that.
Yeah, St. Petersburg.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're out of St. Petersburg. I mean, this team can play. And people give them no respect. Watching all the social media tweets and watching all the comments, if you have not seen this team play, I think you need to see him play before you make up your own top 6, top 25, whatever we're doing here in Savannah, Georgia. All right.
Right. Well, can I just say one thing on that real quick?
Quick.
What can we do? Because I don't think St. Andrews is disrespected. I think everyone knows they're a great team.
Disrespected. They still get no respect.
How could we respect them? What could we do to respect them? Because I want to respect them.
Go watch them play like you and I have, and you'll see how good they are. And that's the problem. People come up with their rankings because they're going by what the old powers were here to be in Savannah High School basketball. You got to watch teams play to know what they're like. Film-wise, highlights-wise, you got to see them in person.
I agree, but it is tough when they don't play the teams that we're directly comparing them to. So if you want to say,
because teams don't want to play them.
Who are you going to believe only St. Andrews on that? Because what if say Johnson were to say we wanted to play St. Andrews, they didn't want to play us? Who do you believe? Like how can you? There is no proof.
I'm just telling you, from talking to Coach Abrams and him trying to schedule games with Georgia High School State Association teams don't want to play.
Well, Carl, they had a tournament in their gym with Johnson in their gym, Groves in their gym, and they played neither one. They played Augusta Prep in one of those games. I know that they're like one of their wins in that tournament that they point to as a 1-point win, and it was the third day in a row that the team had played. I think it was Kings Ridge.
Right, Kings Ridge.
So, I mean, I love St. Andrews. I just don't want to put them above Beach, Johnson, but I'm willing to listen to every other team.
Okay. All right. I know you got to get out of here. We got 4 minutes left. All right. You came up with 5 basketball players, boys basketball players to watch.
Yeah.
We're working on a girls list, people, so don't get upset with me. I've coached girls basketball a long time. I will get the girls list up there. I mean, I coach, I teach, I try to do a website, I try to do a show. So give me some time here. And this man's all over the place. All right. You got your first one up in that article who will be, we talked about Zaire Edwards. Then you have Antonio Baker, who will be on after you. Then we got Shamari Huggy. The kid jumps out of the gym. Alfonso Ross, who scored 29 last night. And Karan Anderson, who's having an unbelievable season over there at Windsor Forest. Again, he had one there as a junior.
Yeah, honestly, Carl, like those 5 for me are the clear front 5. I would put Q Anderson at Windsor Forest as, and this is not a slight, as the clear 5th in that top 5. But the other 4, it's splitting hairs, and it's really, I don't remember a season like this in recent memory. Sometimes we've had 2 players that were in contention, but you have Baker, Hughie, and Edwards, Zaire Edwards, Shamari Hughie, Antonio Baker are all averaging between 22 and 24 a game. And then, assists, rebound, steals, pretty comparable. Then you have Alfonso Ross, who's averaging almost 28 points a game now for Woodville, but he's taking more shots than all of those guys, save maybe Zaire Edwards might be taking more shots than Ross. But so it's like, how do you compare those things? But I know this. Last night when I watched Woodville Tompkins, I didn't realize Alfonso Ross was that good. He is a really, really solid player. When I say solid, I mean the performance, and he's built. He's not one of these guys that looks like he's going to break down over 4 quarters or even over a season or a career. I was really, really, really impressed by him last night.
I mean, I agree with you. And even some of the other kids that you mentioned that are, watch Caleb Jones out at Benedictine, Jordan Cave over at Islands, and 2 kids that really don't get any love. Tyler Tift on Max Preps was leading the whole state with a 26.5 average out of the Havisham school. And this transfer student, Zolt Borosi, I don't know how to say that last name. I mean, out of Memorial Day School, the kid is off the charts. I think he's Slovakian. So, I mean, there are other kids out there that, hey, if you know of anybody, other kikids that you want us to talk about, right there at Jaudon Sports, at KD Sports Report on Twitter, Karl DeMasi. My phone number, 912. I'm going back to New York here. 599-7488. That's New York, buddy. I'm sorry.
Don't give out my phone number.
Okay, no. I'm giving out mine. 912-507-9158. And let us know about these kids. All right, you got 1 minute to wrap it up. Overall, your impression of this season.
I'm surprised by the lack of difference in the shot clock era. I think people tried to tell me that. Maybe I did I didn't overhype it, but I thought it would influence the game more than it has. But maybe that means it's working. The fact that we're not noticing it. Another thing is that I think the private schools in football, Calvary, BC, Savannah Christian, dominated the whole season. And we were pretty, or at least I was pretty harsh on the public schools. And we predicted, I think rightfully so, we're seeing it now, that the public schools would have their revenge come basketball season. And in my extremely serious, really official, super important top 6 poll There's only one private school in GHSA at least, and 2 if you count St. Andrews. So I think the public schools are getting their revenge on the hardwood like we expected.
All right, keep up the great work. I know you got to go do some scorekeeping or a clock operator for your brother, but once again, appreciate it. Remember, at Jaudon Sports, at Hot Grits Podcast, what other handle can they get in touch with you? Connect Savannah. You have something at Connect Savannah?
Yeah, that's the best way to reach me is right there on the bottom at Jaudon Sports on Twitter and Instagram, and then connectsavannah.com. You can find all of our stories up there in my column every week on Wednesdays. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate it, man.
And his recap of last night will be up on the Prep Sports Report roughly about 11:30, 12 o'clock. So, hey, keep up the great work. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, Carl.
Thanks for coming on, Travis.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's all over the place covering high school sports. He does a great job with it. And, I appreciate all the help that he gives me getting those stories up there about the kids. All right, next up, my favorite part of the show, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young man right around the block here from Coach's Corner at South C. Johnson High School is tearing up the nets. He's been doing it for his whole career, but he's starting to get noticed big time. I can't wait to talk to him about it. And we're going to talk to the South C. Johnson Adams Smashers senior basketball player next up in about 3 minutes. So hang on there, Antonio, and that's Antonio Baker. Remember, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 minutes, I'll be right back. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision. Faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, that comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the internets, whether it be on Facebook, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, the Coach's Corner Facebook page, Coach's Corner Sports Facebook page. Remember, championship NFL playoff Saturday right here. You got the Chiefs and the Jaguars at 4:30. You got the Giants tonight. Tomorrow night, you got 2 more games. Once again, over 100 TVs, okay? What else is there? So it's always a lot of fun. And I appreciate you, whether you join me for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it may be. Hopefully, this segment, everybody stays the whole time. It's usually about 10 to 15 minutes. And this is the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This is why I do it, to get the kids a little more exposure, okay? This young man last year had an unbelievable season. Off the top of my head, I think he had 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, you name it. He was a big part of Johnson's success last year with Coach Chuck Campbell, fellow New York. Love you, Coach. And, he was an honorable mention All-State by Sandy Spiels, preseason All-State by Sandy Spiels, the Georgia High School State Association's #1 website for high school basketball. This year, he's averaging 22 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 4 assists, 3 steals. He's off to a great start. And this is what Coach Chuck Campbell had to say about this young man. Super humble. He doesn't show emotion or talk a lot of trash. He's down to earth, but when he gets on the court, he's a player. Coach Campbell has nicknamed him the Quiet Storm. If you watched my show a couple of weeks ago, I had this dunk on the show as one of my highlights. I do 3 video highlights that I get off social media. When he dunked over a kid at the St. Andrews tournament, and he got himself pumped up, Coach Campbell said that's the most emotion he's seen out of his kid since he's coached him. He's just a great kid on and off the court. Right now, he has offers from Kennesaw State, Voorhees University, and getting a lot of interest from UNC Greensboro. Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, senior basketball player from South Sea Johnson, Antonio Baker. Good morning, Antonio. How's it going?
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Hey, it's a Saturday morning. You know, sun's in my face. I'm around the block from Johnson High School, and I'm talking to good kids like you about sports. I'm talking about sports. It's nothing better. But once again, congratulations on this season. You're off to another great start. Adam Smashers are right there, ranked in the state playoffs again. I mean, you got to be excited about it.
Yes, sir, I am. I'm very excited.
So, I know you've been a basketball player your whole life, but, when did you start playing basketball? What inspired you to get to that next level that you've been playing at?
When I was younger, me and my sister used to watch Kobe a lot, and he just really inspired us to be better.
Well, it's unbelievable. And I just said 22 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game. I forgot about the steals, 3 or 4 assists. What's your favorite part about playing basketball? Is it the actual playing? Is it the mental part? What do you like most about playing hoops?
It keeps me sane. I really like it a lot. And I like bonding with my teammates as well. It just brings us closer.
So, Johnson, great basketball program, and it has to have some great leaders. What has put you into that quiet leader role, as Coach Campbell says? What makes you a good leader?
I just work hard, encourage my teammates to be better. And I know I have to get better on my communication, but I just still be a great leader.
Hey, quiet leaders succeed, Antonio. So, I've always been a quiet leader. I'm not your rah-rah coach. I'm not going to get in your face. And you know what? You have to have quiet leaders. And you set a good example over there from what Coach tells me. I've asked this question to a number of players that have come on the show. And I know this is early in the interview. I usually do it towards the end. But do you have any superstitions, any pregame rituals, favorite food you like to eat before games?
I don't really have a pregame ritual, but I like to take a nap like 2 or 3 hours before the game or something like that.
Find a spot in the locker room?
Yes, sir.
So, all right. You mentioned your sister and you loving Kobe. So I know I put down, is he your biggest role model as a sport athlete, or is there somebody else?
He is my biggest role model.
What was so special about Kobe to you?
I just love his work ethic and how he loved the game.
Nice. So you're out there on the court. Now, I don't know, does Coach just have you playing guard? Does he have you playing forward? What's your number one position that you like to play?
I like to play the 1 and the 2, but probably mostly the 2 because I like to play off ball so I can receive it.
And you want to score some points, right?
Yes, sir.
So, all right. I know I didn't put this on this, but Coach talked about that dunk over at St. Andrews. What got you so pumped up for that dunk? Because he says he doesn't see any emotions from you.
I was really just in the moment, and it was a great dunk. I just seen that he fell, and I was just hyped.
Oh, believe me, it was a great dunk over that. The kid must have been, what, 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah, probably around 6'5".
Yeah, he was a big kid. So if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network on the internet. So I'm talking to this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Antonio Baker from South Sea Johnson High School. 20, what did I say? 20, how many points you averaging there? I lost my stat sheet here. 20, here it is. Yeah, 22 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 4 assists, 3 steals this year for the South Sea Johnson Adams Smashers, okay? If I had to ask Coach Campbell what your best skill is, what would he say to me?
He'd probably say my finishing, because I really love getting to the bucket.
You could finish, okay? And if there was one word to describe how you – if there was one word to describe you scoring a winning bucket in a game, what would that be?
Excited.
Excited. Quiet but excited, okay? I don't know if you'll get pumped up. And, Johnson has a rich basketball tradition. I know when I first moved here, I know I'm an old guy, way back in 1995, I got to meet the legend James Green, who is up on the wall there at South Sea Johnson High School. He was the principal at Jenkins. What has been so special about you attending Johnson High School?
I just love the experience. There's a lot of people that care for you and push you hard in the classrooms, and on the court, we're just always working hard.
All right, now we know you love basketball. Any other hobbies, any other sports that you have interest in?
I don't really have any other hobbies, but I like playing the game on my free time.
What kind of game?
2K.
Okay. Sticking to that basketball, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're very successful on the court. You're very successful at school. How has your family helped you get to where you are right now?
My family helped me a lot. They bring a lot of support. They spend a lot of time and money on me just to make sure I'm on the right track.
Have you done a lot of travel basketball?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they got to support you that way too. And you've had a couple of colleges show interest. Tell us about how that recruiting process is going for Antonio.
It's going pretty well. I'm just being patient right now and just waiting.
A lot of coaches noticing you. I mean, you got 3 schools that are really, really interested. Any other schools lately come around?
Yes, there was a couple schools reaching out.
Nice. All right. So, Coach Chuck Campbell, your coaches, AAU travel ball. How these coaches, these men, or these coaches, because you could have had a female coach, how has these coaches helped you with your career?
They just keep pushing me, and they know my potential, so they just make sure I work the hardest.
All right. New regions, some new teams in your region, Long County, Liberty County, Country Day, Christian, Calvary. What's this new region like for you from a player standpoint? What has this region been like for you?
The region is pretty fun. I like playing all these private schools. It's a great experience.
All right. You're going to graduate in May. Hopefully you'll be at the college you want to be at. Is there anything you want to tell your teammates or the South Sea Johnson community about you being there, how they've helped you or anything?
They helped me a lot as a person, and I just thank them for that.
Well, Antonio, people are noticing your play, your game. There's going to be definitely more offers out there for you. Keep up the great work, and I know you guys got half the season to go, and I know it's a battle with you, Beach, Calvary, Long County. Is it Long County or Liberty County? Long County's good this year, right?
They all right.
There. Okay, well, you play, and you know better than I do, but we know that Long County usually has a good basketball program. Keep up the great work, and that's why you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. Appreciate you coming on. No games today?
We play Country Day today at Johnson.
Okay. Well, have a good game, and I'll be talking to you. Keep up the great work, and congratulations again.
All right. Thank you too, Coach.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Quiet leader, quiet kid, but I'm telling you, when he gets on the basketball court, he's not quiet. He might not be the rah-rah type of guy. I've watched this young man play above the rim, exciting. He's going to do good things at the next level. But first of all, he's going to take care of business with his Adam Smasher teammates over there and getting to that state playoff and hopefully getting to a state championship. Once again, thanks for coming on, Antonio. Great job, great interview, and we'll be following you closely. Next up, we're going to talk to the Road Warriors. Well, theoretically, we're going to talk to him, but Coach Kevin Evans is alumni. He is a Groves Rebel. His team does not have a home gym. They've not had a home gym in 3 years. Will they have a home gym in the fourth year? I don't know, but we'll find out. They're on the road, so it's pre-recorded, but stay tuned and see what this young kid from Garden City, from the West Side, had to say about his basketball team. He's done a great job. That's Kevin Evans coming up next on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. All part, got to go backwards on that. All part, he's going to be on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'll be back in 3 minutes with the coach himself, Kevin Evans from the Groves Rebels.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Sound Garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And it's always a lot of fun being here. It's always a great time just talking local sports, trying to do everything at once, trying to get my backdrop fixed. So TV timeout. There we go. Yeah, if I don't click it, it times out on me. I'm not a computer whiz. So once again, I got to get it up there. Okay. So once again, we're back here once again. Always, you got to love it. Little cliches that I keep on repeating. I know. All right, I'm trying to pull up my next guest's schedule. Okay, and of course, my computer that's giving me information is going very slow. All right, here we go. Okay, so once again, we just finished up with the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week from South Sea Johnson High School. Antonio Baker, great kid, quiet kid, leader on the court, 22 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 4 steals, 4 assists a game. He's doing everything over there for South Sea Johnson High School. The head coach, Chuck Campbell, he calls him the Quiet Storm. Check out a game. They played Country Day today. All right, next guest, okay? How would you like to coach a team that doesn't have a home court, that doesn't have a gym? Well, this young man, and he's young, he just turned 30 years old, Kevin Evans, graduate of Robert Groves High School in 2011, played with a guy that went passed away too young, okay, Antonio Span. Okay, so he's got a lot of basketball in his blood. They retired Span's number, and he's keeping up that tradition. He's trying to put together all the records over there at Groves. He's doing a great job. Kevin Edwards does a great job. He loves what he does. He loves Groves High School. He loves his kids. I mean, to play 3 seasons without a gym and maybe a 4th next week, next year, it's unbelievable. They take on Liberty County today. They're away at Liberty County. Big region matchup. They're sitting in 3rd place. Well, anyway, I had to pre-record it because, they got a game today. So here it is, my interview with the Road Warrior head coach for the Groves High School Rebels. Great kid. Love him to death, Kevin Evans. And welcome back, fans, to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Yes, I try to do everything live, but sometimes you got to pre-record this stuff. This young man's, I would call him a nomad. He doesn't play basketball at a home gym. He's been doing this for 3 years. He graduated from this place, but this place is no longer there. But it's got like a big castle being built right there on Highway 21 going up to the Effingham County line, but he's done a great job. I mean, last year winning a region title, beating a very good Windsor Forest team, holding one of the best players to less than 10 points in that game. But you know what? Why I want to get this young guy on is because how do you coach for 3 years without having a gym and keeping the program where it is? I know they're off to 4-3 in region play, 8-9 overall, but you're never playing home, and you're in one of the toughest regions in the state. Well, joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat is a man himself, Kevin Evans. What's up, Coach? How's it going?
Coach, what's going on?
We're talking about high school basketball, and we're talking about Beach and Calvary, and we're talking about Johnson, but Groves has no home. Robert W. Groves High School has no home. 3 years you've been doing this on the road, or you've been playing at places that you had to say that was home, but it's been really exciting, and plus, you're doing it your alma mater. So, first of all, I mean, you're keeping the program going. What's it been like this year for the Groves Rebels?
It's been a bit of a struggle trying to get the older guys to kind of lead, trying to get those young guys to really buy in and just really, play for that Groves coaching pride. Biggest thing now is just realizing that a lot of guys that played last year didn't contribute as much to that region championship, but then you got some guys that did. So it's almost trying to get them to realize, like, hey, we lost a couple of big names, but you guys were there. You guys played in the Elite 8 game against a team that won a state championship back-to-back. You guys practiced hard against, Gerald, Tremaine, Akeem. So it's no different. So this year has been a grind. It's been a process. You look at the record, you see 8 and 9, and you lost a lot of close games, lost some big games, but I think out of those 9 losses, 7 of them are against teams that's ranked top 10 in their classification. I think Hiram was a big loss this first game of the season. We had like 4 days of practice prior to that game with a full team. Savannah High, which is really good. They're putting it together. I think they're number 7 in their classification. lose to Johnson and Beach and Calvary. They're top 10 in the classification, and that's our region. So the record doesn't, really say much other than, it looks bad to the fans, but to coaches and to the basketball world, it's the best team in February that usually wins, not the best team in November.
But besides, making that transition, new guys coming in, old guys gone, guys there last year trying to make that transition into playing for the pride of the West Side, that. But but not having a place to call you home, what's that been like for you?
It's tough, but we're never using that as an excuse. I preach defense and playing through adversity. So trying to prepare our guys for not just high school, but the next level, you're going to face adversity on and off the court. So we just have been using that no gym as motivation to, not just play harder, but kind of have that chip on your shoulder. It's definitely tough, though. Obviously, if you ever come in the gym, you might go for a loose ball and run into a cabinet. But, I mean, hey, what's a couple sticks and, a bruised knee going to do? So it's been tough, but I commend my guys. They never let that be an excuse.
I mean, I definitely agree with you. There's so many things you got to play against, and worrying about a home court and everything like that just adds more to it. But just getting them to buy into your philosophy, defense, offense wins games, defense wins championships. That's what you're looking to do. Tell us about this region, just like you said. I mean, let's go down the slate here. Beach is in first place. They haven't lost a play in region play. Calvary's only dropped one game. Johnson's dropped 2. You've only dropped 3. And, the top 4 go to the well, you're going to have a region tournament, though, right?
Yes, sir. I think top 2 get a bye to the semifinals.
All right, so you're looking to get a good spot. But tell us what it's like playing in a region that has, like you said, teams that are ranked all over the place.
First off, the top 4 is the top 4, but 1 through 8 can win any given night. I mean, the week we lost to Calvary lost to Liberty County the night before. We beat beat Liberty County that Tuesday. So I'm honestly, in the region we're in, it's kind of like iron sharpens iron. In my opinion, Beach Johnson, they're great. In my opinion, those are the top 2. Not just in a region, but I think right now in the city, those are probably going to be, your top 2 as far as high school, man. And they got some great players and some great coaches with Coach Simon and Coach Chuck. It's tough. I mean, you really don't know what you're going to get on those nights. And then you come back and you play a Calvary team who, man, Coach Chad over there is doing a great job, man. They're well-disciplined. You got some great guys. But then you go down the list, you play Long County. Long County is big. They play fast. You got Country Day. And I think Country Day had a couple of bad losses with Rob Spalding and Timo. They don't lose those guys. They're right in the pack too. So, I mean, I think this region for years prepared you for the state playoffs. So, that's really the beauty of playing in Region 3A. Every game you play is a state playoff type game. So, it's tough, but when you get one of those wins on Tuesday and Fridays, you think to yourself like, okay, we got us one. On to the next one. That's just how we go in it.
Yeah, and not to leave out any teams besides Beach, Calvary, Johnson, Groves. Right now, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4. You go Long County, Country Day, Christian, and Liberty County. Liberty County beat I mean, so like you said, anybody can beat anybody. Coach Darling over Savannah Christian coming over there, new coach trying to instill a new philosophy. They're always a scrappy bunch over there too, and they have athletes too.
Man, listen, Savannah Christian, we played them a couple of weeks ago. Man, Coach Darling is doing a great job. I just think they the ball well, but some games just don't go a certain way. And then Liberty County, man, coach has, I think, all freshmen, and he walked us down. We were up like 21. He hit like 4th quarter, back to back from like the volleyball line. So it's tough because again, records don't matter in 3A, and that's the one thing I can say when it comes to the region tournament, that the best team usually wins the region tournament. Going back to last year, no discredit to Wednesday, but I think we started playing our best basketball last 3 weeks of the season. So when we played Wednesday championship game, the preparation was the same. I think we're the best team for that night, and that's why we out, victorious. I think it's gonna be the same thing. Like I said, right now, Beach, man, Coach Simon is doing an awesome job over there, man. Like he got guys behind it, and not just being a scrappy team, but they scored a ball. And then at Johnson, Chuck got some real go-getters. Joshua Quarterman, Tony Baker, man, it's hard to game plan against them because when one is off, the other one is
right.
When both of them are kicking, and then you got Malachi over there hitting threes, then you got Avion hitting threes. It's tough to beat them. And like I said, Country Day, but those guards, Sean started and TJ Gaines, and then you got the big tall freshman kid. Then you got Jake, quarterback of the year, but is the triple Draymond Green of the team on the network. So it's definitely tough.
Hey, yeah, don't forget Chad Carver. He's also a running rebel.
Yes, yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Drive from the west side, bring it strong. You're just tuning in. This is pre-recorded with Coach Kevin Evans, the head coach over there at Robert W. Groves High School, a team with no home. You're waiting to get that home in. So the last question, I told you I'll only keep you about 10, 12 minutes. How long before you get to finally play back in the gold mine, as we used to call it, right?
If anybody can see me do this is my answer. So, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, when you find out, you let me know. If you find out before I find out.
All right, and last one for you. What does it feel like coaching at your former high school, your alma mater? What does that mean to Kevin Evans?
It's almost it's something that you dream of. Coaches aren't coaching at their school, but an opportunity, man. It's almost because it's almost like my pride to Groves is so my kids. They buy into it. Like my coach played here, my coach went through my struggles. So if he did it, I know I could do it. So it's used as motivation, All
right. Well, you're halfway through the season. Final thoughts. What's the rest of the season going to look like for you guys or that region?
Hey, guess what, Coach? Man, the best team wins in February. Man, that's all I got to say. Man, we gonna grinding it out, man. We got a big one tonight against Long County. So hey, when it's all said and done, we'll see who's still standing.
You like those old guy, or as they tell me, the OG cliches, I guess, there, right?
I get it from you, Coach. You and Coach Dork.
Yeah, we're the old guys. Well, Kevin, and I mean this, sincerely, you're doing a heck of a job. You're showing those young men what it means to be not just athletes, not just students, but grown men, and keep up the great work. And I love following you. And, Gross, I only was there for 6 years, but I can imagine you going there. It's always something special over there on the west side. And the kids love what they do over there. So keep it up. Keep up the great work, and go Rebels, right?
Yes, sir, Coach. You know it. You're still a Rebel at heart. I got a hoodie for you whenever you want
it. Hey, I got something right here that says I'll be a Groves Rebel for the rest of my life.
I'm about to get one with you, Coach. I'm on the way to get mine too, Coach.
Kevin, good luck, and I'll speak to you when you get into that region competition.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, and don't worry, no matter where you play, once a Rebel, always a Rebel.
Always a Rebel. Yes, sir.
Talk to you later.
Yep.
I mean, just a great young coach, energetic, loves what he's doing over there at Groves High School. I mean, he went there. He played there. He played for Coach Grimes. Groves basketball has always been one of the best programs in the area. A lot of good athletes. I can remember coaching over there. I did the girls for 2 years, but I was the football coach, and I had to work with Chuck Smith, who's up at South Effingham High School. I mean, the guy did a great job with the teams that he had there. So it's just fun. And that region, like I said, Beach, Calvary, Johnson, Groves, Long County, Country Day, Savannah Christian, and Liberty County, it's a black and blue division. And like Kevin Evans just said, the coach, it's going to come down to the region play, and the best team's going to win the region tournament. Top two teams that finish the regular season go automatically to the semifinals, so they're in the state playoffs. So we'll have 6 other teams fighting it out to get to those playoffs, and we'll see what happens come February 12th, I think it is. That's when the region playoffs start. Once again, Kevin, thanks for coming on. Groves Rebels, they're off to an 8-9 start. They're 4-3 in region play, and they have no home. So you can say the Rebels are like Memorial Day School is during football. They're the nomads. They play all their games on the road. Best of luck to the Rebels. And, of course, the Rebel himself, class of 2011, Kevin Evans.
You got to love it. I enjoyed that interview so much. You love seeing the young kids when they come back and they do something special. And that's what he's doing over there at Groves High School.
I don't know what else to tell you, but this is what it's all about. Saturday morning, even though it's pre-recorded, talking to kids like that, Antonio Baker, talking to, Kevin Edwards and, Travis Jaudon. I mean, these are the young pups of Savannah, Georgia's sports scene. All right, one more segment to go. Lawrence, I'm going to be well under the hour and a half mark today. So I'll be back with 3 steps after, timeout. I'll be back with the college news and the professional news that I didn't get to do in quarter number 1. Okay. And then I'll take it with 3 steps out at the door with 3 videos from social media that I really enjoyed this week. And of course, my editorial, Karl's Corner. Be back 3 minutes. Got to thank the people that support the show. Once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, which is all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 minutes, last segment coming up.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision. Faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here live on the Soundgarden stage on a drummer platform here at Coach's Corner. Once again, thank you for making me part of your day, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whether it's a minute or 2 minutes, whatever it may be. I know the average listener usually goes for about 5 to 7 minutes. So I really don't need this in my ear anymore because no more guests on the show. So it's been a lot of fun. And this is where I got to cover the college sports that I missed. I got to cover the professional sports that I missed. And then I got to go to my 3 videos. And, of course, got to go to Carl's Corner, my editorial about something nationally or locally dealing with sports. All right. That's my papers are starting to blow. A little breeze coming in. Hey, this is the first time I don't have a scully on. I don't have gloves on. I don't have a heavy jacket on. All right, let's go to step number two in the door. Should have been about college sports. Got to send out some love to the Savannah State men's and women's basketball teams. Right now, they're both in first place in the SEAC Eastern Division. Big win Monday night for the Tigers, the men's basketball team. They beat Clark Atlanta 62-55. They'll be home today, 4 o'clock, Tiger Arena against Edward Waters. And then the ladies took one on the chin up at Clark Atlanta Monday night. They lost 70-63. Their next game, okay, is today home at 2 o'clock against Edward Waters. Don't forget, all college sports will start. There's a great article on the Savannah State Tigers athletic page. Track, Coach Whitaker, it seems like he's been there forever, has a lot of talent this year. So that the track team over at Savannah State should be really, really good from what I'm hearing. SCAD, don't forget, they don't have football, they don't have basketball, they don't have baseball, but they got lacrosse, they got soccer, they got bowling, they got bass fishing, they got cycling, they got track and field, they got cross country, they got swimming. So there's a lot going on over there at SCAD. The women's and men's bowling teams are ranked. Women's are ranked second still. Men are still ranked fourth. They got a bunch of stuff going on this weekend. Their track and field team is up at the indoor meet at Charleston, the College of Charleston. The women's and tennis teams are playing right now in Florida. The men's team's taking on St. Petersburg's College, and the women's team is taking on Hillsborough Community College. Bowling is at the NC Lane Jordan Memorial in Louisville, Kentucky. They'll be there today and tomorrow. So there's a lot going over there on SCAD. So that's the local college scene, okay? As far as professionals, Hawks, break up the Hawks. 5 straight wins, okay? They're 24-22. They were 19-22 last weekend when I talked to you. They moved up to the 8th spot, so if they end the day, they'll be in the playoffs. They beat the 7th-seeded team last night, my New York Knicks, 139-124. But I probably know more about the Hawks than I do the Knicks now. They're a half game out of first place in the Eastern Division. DeJounte Murray, I mean, this kid is going off the charts. You know, I know we got Trae Young. Okay, Trae Young had 27 points. Murray had 29 points. They pulled away the game in the fourth quarter. I mean, Murray has scored 27 or more points in the last 4 games. I mean, Young's been averaging 6 to 8 assists in the last 4 games. They're just on a roll. Tonight, they're back in the ATL, and they'll host Charlotte, who comes in at 12-34. So hopefully it'll be 6 in a row for the Atlanta Hawks. Football. That's right, football. Damar Hamlin. Tragic situation. He didn't die. They brought him back to life, but they didn't finish the game. So right now, Buffalo is a half a game behind Kansas City for the best record in the American Football Conference, the AFC. But they're not going to make it up. So if Buffalo and Kansas City make it to the championship, they got to find a neutral site. Well, why not the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia? They've already sold 50,000 tickets for that game, if it happens. Okay? More than 50,000 tickets were sold in the first 24 hours for a potential AFC championship game in Atlanta. NFL released that in a public announcement, a public service announcement. I get them from the NFL. Okay? Season ticket holders from Buffalo and Kansas City were given first choice. The game will be January 29th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Okay? I mean, the Atlanta Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta holds 75,000 seats. They've already sold 50,000 of them. Is that mind-boggling? Well, hopefully Kansas City and Buffalo keep on winning. I'd love to see it. All right. So that's football. Let's go to PGA golf. Brian Harman, 5th in the FedEx Cup, 24th in the world. Last week at the Sony Open in Hawaii, he tied for 32nd, 9 under, 7 strokes off the lead. This week, he's tied for 101st at the American Express Open in La Quinta, California. He's 3 strokes under, but he's 15 strokes behind leader Tavis Thompson. I wish I could shoot 3 under. I wish I could break 100. All right. Gene Sowers is, in the PGA Championship Tour with Tim O'Neill. They're not playing this week. This week, the Championship Tour is at the Mitsubishi Electric Championship Open in Hawaii. They're not on the leaderboard. All right. Savannah Ghost Pirates, man. 11. They're 11-19. They're 7th in the South. So no, they're 11-20, 7th in the South. They lost tonight to the Florida Everblades 9-4. Okay. They gave up 5 goals in the last period. All right. Tonight, the same 2 teams play in Florida. Okay, at 7 p.m. Enmark Hockey Classic. You know what? This should have been my editorial, but it's really not. No publicity, no stories, no news coverage. Something that's been going on in Savannah, Georgia for over 20 years. The Rumble in the Rink, the Enmark Hockey Classic. Florida wins again, back-to-back champions, but no news, no nothing. I'm saying this, and I don't know if you consider me part of the sports media here. Maybe I should have done something. I feel bad. They had a great venue. People loved it. Georgia Tech, Florida State. I don't know. All right, Savannah Bananas. This is intriguing. All right, Jesse Cole, the owner of Savannah Bananas, co-owner of Savannah Bananas. I don't want to, Emily Cole is also part owner. They both did this together way back when they bought the franchise. He was offered $1 million to buy tickets for the Savannah Banana World Tour. $1 million up front. I don't know who the source is, okay? I don't know if it was a ticket company, a ticket master or whatever it is, SeatGeek, whatever you are, But it was offered $1 million. $1 million. All right? And he turned it down. He could have made unbelievable. That's more than, I don't know if that's half of what they were going to make on this world tour. I don't know. But you know what? It's about the fans. And he's living it up. People buy the tickets. Scalpers buy the tickets. They charge enormous prices. It's $25 a ticket. They would be getting $250, $500 a ticket. Great job, Jesse Cole. Hopefully someday I can get you to come back on. I know you're a busy guy, and I'm not upset about it. But I love talking Savannah Bananas. And I'm going to say it right here. I love the name. I love when they chose the name. People didn't like the name. But you know what? The man and his wife, the co-owners, Jesse Cole, Emily Cole, had a vision. There's life in that old stadium down the road here on Victory Drive. And when they go on their world tour, people love it. You got to love it. Pico Scala. You got to love the Shark, Mark Edis. You got to love Jared Orton. You got to love that whole crew, Marie. I mean, they believed in their product, and their product is unbelievable. That should have been Carl's Corner, but it's not. So, once again, the countdown begins February 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida. They'll play back-to-back. Okay, it all kicks off. Okay, sorry. Open up 5 weeks at West Beach Farm. The first game in Savannah will be February 25th. Great job. You're putting us on the map. And, I mean, just the man had a vision. Sorry. The couple had a vision. I keep on saying the man. How about the couple had the vision? Yes, Emily Cole deserves a lot of recognition, too. Hey, check out her book. She wrote a book. It's pretty cool. Kids book. Someday maybe I'll write a kid's book. The Adventures of the Coach. Wow. I wonder how many people would want to read that. All right. 3 videos out the door now, okay? Hopefully you're enjoying this. Lawrence at 1:15. Maybe I'll make it to that 1:30 mark, okay? First of all, Savannah Bananas excite you. This has been going full blast on the internet. The dancing umpire. Hey, he's excited about calling balls and strikes for the Savannah Bananas. I hope the Savannah Bananas never go to the electric umpire that minor league baseball and AAA is going to. Kyle Lawson, we got to talk about that. But here you go. Savannah Bananas, the dancing umpire. Everybody's getting excited because it's coming up soon, February 17th. The Bananas will play ball.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. That'll kill me.
You gotta love that. You gotta love it. Dancing umpire, dancing first base coach. That's what the Bananas are all about. And I'm a baseball purist, but I love it. Okay. All right. So now, I mean, this young lady is one of the best basketball players in Savannah. Yes, I will have a 5 girls basketball top players to watch that could win the basketball player of the year. But Hannah Kale has been phenomenal. But what makes it special is Dennis Knight, Savannah Morning News. How does he write stories and take video at the same time? I got to ask this man because it's amazing. Big game last night at Calvary. Beach boys, Calvary boys, Beach girls are a little down this year. But how does he do this? Hannah Gale taking the ball to the basket courtesy of the night shift. The man from North Cali, Dennis Knight, as I like to call him, the California boy, okay? And he's taking notes. How does he do this? How does he do this? Love you, Dennis Knight. You're doing a great job. All right? Gotta love that one. All right, we do have a coach's comment. Make a comment. You want to talk sports with me, you got to do it in the comment section. But there he is. Let's do it, Coach. I'm going to try and stretch it out to that 1:30 mark. I'm trying. All right, so give me a comment. Let me know what's going on. All right, go back now to my videos, the last video. And this will lead me into my editorial, not like the Savannah Bananas did, okay? This is what happened this past week throughout Savannah. Kirby Smart drove his car. Nick Saban drove a car. But Florida State head coach, Coach Novell, used a helicopter. You got to love it. Florida State's head football coach It's unbelievable. So once again, Savannah Bananas, Dennis Knight taking video while he's trying to write a story for the Savannah Morning News, and of course the dancing umpire for the Savannah Bananas. Oh, Hannah Kale, and that video from BC. All right, Carl's Corner. You know, I miss every Friday morning on WTKS with Bill Edwards. I used to do. That's how this all started. 5 minutes on the radio every Friday morning. You know, giving you an update of high school sports. Okay, but has football grown in this area? And that's what Carl's Corner is about. Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, Heupel from Tennessee, all these head coaches that came in. Let me name the schools for you that showed up here. How to write it down? Okay, this past week, of course, we had Kirby Smart. Okay, Kirby Smart stopped at Savannah Christian, Calvary, Jenkins, and BC. Nick Saban was here the Friday before, Alabama. He got to stop at Savannah, Calvary Day, and Savannah Christian on Friday. Didn't get to BC because BC was off. Okay. You got players all over the place. Elijah Griffin, Logan Brooking. If you know about Brooking, his dad. Okay. Keith Brooking, standout football player, Georgia Tech, standout football player for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, Zoe Smalls. I mean, these are top name athletes. Luke Cromenhawk, Jake Merklinger, Jacoby Ward at BC with Luke Cromenhawk, Calvary Day School, Mike Smith, Jake Merklinger, Jenkins. Okay? People don't know this. Dennis knew this, and I knew this. I wonder if Jaudon knows this. But Nolan Smith started at Calvary, went to IMG. Okay? At Jenkins, his brother, Cameron Thompson, that's his younger brother. And people are starting to know that. Jenkins had a whole bunch of things. And, you know, some of these coaches go back to college days. I mean, a great article by Dennis Knight. Great article by Dennis Knight about Kirby Smart and the coaches coming in here. Check it out on the Savannah Morning News. I mean, but listen to these schools that showed up here at Savannah because the talent is rising to the top. Georgia, Florida State, Tennessee, Penn State, Auburn, Georgia Tech, Liberty University, Stetson, okay? Kennesaw State, Wake Forest, App State, Louisville, Citadel, Georgia Southern, Middle Tennessee are all flocking to this area because the talent is so great here. How do I know? I once was a head football coach. Moved here in 1995. Came as a basketball coach, but I wound up coaching JV at Jenkins. All right. Moved on. Got the head coaching job at St. Andrews, football job. I had 10 years in New York. Okay. So I went to St. Andrews. I was the head football coach, the head boys basketball coach, the head baseball coach. Then I moved over to Groves High School, was the head football coach, and I coached girls basketball. I couldn't do the same for 6 years. Okay. And then I moved to Effingham, and I just coached the girls basketball. Well, not really. I coached the girls basketball team. I coached the soccer team. So I did a lot at Effingham. And then I came back, and I was the head football coach, or I started the program at Islands, the JV program for 2 years, but I never was the head coach. So I know about the talent in the area. I know about football. And for these coaches to come in here, and you saw it, the helicopter, Nick Saban, the legendary Nick Saban. Everybody would say he's one of the greats of college football coaching histories. Okay? Kirby Smart, what he's doing up there in Georgia. That's another topic for discussion. Can he do it 3 years in a row? So, Carl's Corner. What's my point today? We got a lot of talent here. A lot of athletic talent, whether it's football, basketball, soccer, you name it, all sports. Okay? We got something special going on here in Savannah, Georgia. For these coaches to come in and flock to Savannah, Georgia to look at our talent. And I'm proud to say that I love following these kids. It's just a great feeling. Well, that's it for the show today, Lawrence. I'm not going to make it to the 1:30 mark. It's at 1:22 right now. It's been a lot of fun. Like I say every weekend to end my show, please say a prayer for what's going on there in the Ukraine and in this crazy world. Please say a prayer for what's going on here in the United States. Please say a prayer for the two young Georgia Bulldog football player and staffer that passed away in a tragic car crash. I mean, it's just crazy world. Thank the Lord. Damar Hamlin now is back to being Damar Hamlin. Not 100%, but he's back. He's alive. Just a crazy world. So on the good note, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, come to Coach's Corner. We got football. We got the NFL playoffs. But most of all, whatever you're doing, hit it out of the park. And until I speak to you next week, and I appreciate whether you come on or you watch for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, may be your best week ever. God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. And Lawrence Bennett's going to throw me a comment. I appreciate it, Lawrence. It really means a lot when you tell me I've done a good job. And it's all about the kids. It's all about local sports here in Savannah, Georgia, not about Karl DeMasi. Take care. Enjoy it. I'm out of here. God bless. And thank you, John Henderson and Dell Henderson, for letting me do the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. And it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.